Hi.
This is Lego Therapy Live. We are not therapists. We are just gonna play with some Lego because it's fun. Uh, we're building a robot today, and both Syya and Gabriela have some things going on related to robots. So I will let them introduce themselves and talk a little bit about that, and then we'll start building. Syya, you want to go first, I guess, since you're in the upper left?
Yeah, sure. My name is Sia, and thank you so much for having me, Andrew. I am the founder of Brilliant Bee Media, but I'm also the host of Check Point ReelTalk. It's a show where we look at TV and media depicted for technology and cybersecurity. So Checkpoint has been gracious enough to be the actual show. I'm just the host, and the reason why I'm super hella excited and Andrew is just awesome is this Wednesday we're going to be doing a live stream reviewing Ex Machina with engineered arts. So that was a
An awesome
previous
movie.
guest,
I love that movie.
of Andrews and Amica. If anyone's familiar with the robot, AMECA is going to be joining us. So Checkpoint Real Talk, that's what we're all about. Is to let's get some fun into our entertainment and also the talk about technology and cybersecurity. It could be fun.
Mm-hmm. That movie was fun, Ex Machina. Also a little bit creepy, but creepy because it's believable, and we're almost there. Maybe
Yeah,
I don't know. I
yeah,
mean, not
yeah.
quite that much, but like I feel like we're getting close. So, Gabriela, do you want to talk about EcoRobotik for a minute?
Well, thank you, Andrew, for having me, and nice to meet you, Sia. And it's actually super cool what you're doing and what is coming up next Wednesday. Well, I just said my name is Gabriela Gabaldon. I am the founder of EcoRobotik. We are an educational organization to teach kids online and person robotics. But with the thinking about the environments, just not just robotics, just also thinking about how robots can actually help the environment. So that is basically what we do, and I'm super, I started first an event you did it like a couple years ago during pandemic, and then everything that Andrew's been doing, like our fun activities, and we're hooked to, to what is next. So we're promoting our Eco Robotic Challenge this 2023, which is the soccer robots. So kids are building robots that can play soccer online and here in the Phoenix area. So we have kids from Mexico, Venezuela, Chile, and Colombia joining into the virtual challenge December 2nd. And then we also have, like, for the people that are not yet into robotics, but they are doing like drawings and the first sketch. And they're also joining the competition to show your first initial design. And we have judges to kind of, say first, second, third place, and which ones were the more innovative, more ecological, more technology. For the second and the third is the in-person competition here in the Phoenix area, and then we have the live portion. So thank you, and I'm excited for this building. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. I'm just like
Yeah.
waiting. I'm like, tell us when we can start.
I think we can start now. I do want to mention for anyone watching that this set actually comes with 3 sets of instructions, 3 little booklets. There's the super robot, there's some sort of space plane or spaceship, and then maybe like a mech dragon dinosaur type thing. But we're going to go for the robot just to kind of keep it consistent with the theme of Ex Machina and EcoRobotik. So that's it. And then, of
Well,
course, let's say hi to some of our viewers. We got Randy House and Mike and Isabel tuning in live. So thank you all for saying hi in the chat. Aaron Sutherland as well. Cool. Steven, nice. Wow, a lot of people here already. Thank you all for tuning in.
Hi guys. I just want full disclosure. If it, I'm going to be behind because someone pre-sorted. I'm the only one that's like fresh and clean and brand new here, spanking,
Yeah.
spanking new
I'm
here.
waiting. I'm just was sharing the live from Facebook, and
Yeah.
I did some cheating. Like, I sorted here,
Look at
in
that.
the ice,
Oh, look at the ice cube tray. Nice.
the ice cube tray, and then I saw that I have this also for like below the ice cube tray.
Okay.
So actually, I'm gonna put the gray ones, like that are like all close to
Mhm.
similar. I'm gonna sort it out here so I can see it. I'm gonna try to do it slowly to wait for CJ.
Oh my goodness.
All right.
Wait,
So,
should we do the ASMR thing where I crank then?
yeah, go for it. Yeah, you know what's funny? Sometimes the plastic bag is like annoyingly loud, depending on what type of microphone you have.
Oh yeah.
That wasn't that
Uh-oh.
bad though. Yours sounded cool and crunchy. I liked it.
Uh-oh.
He, by the way, Syya, where are you from? Where are you
Uh
located?
I am located in the wonderful town of Dallas, Texas.
Oh wow.
Where are you based out of?
I am in Phoenix area. I'm in
Oh.
Phoenix. I'm
Phoenix,
being in
So
Arizona.
Dallas, by the way. I like Dallas.
Yeah, I just want to mention something interesting about Arizona, especially the part Gabriela's in, because it's kind of relevant today, especially in contrast to yesterday. They don't change their time. They don't observe daylight savings time.
oh
No,
yeah,
we
yeah,
don't.
they don't.
They just keep their clock at the same thing all year round, and that's pretty cool.
That is, yeah. Like Andrew was telling me, it's gonna change time. I was like, I'm
He's like,
always
I don't
lost
care.
every time it happens because I don't
Not
know
for
what happened to
you.
their. And like, the thing is that I get lost. That's so embarrassing. Like I get lost and nothing happened to us.
Yeah,
Well, I think the thing about like I just want the world to just decide, are we going to do time zone or not? Because I can't tell you how many times I talk to people like you, Andrew. You're in London now, right? So it's like when I talk to people like internationally, they're like, "Well, do you observe daylight savings times?" Or even better, they do the daylight savings times different from everybody else. So it's like I will schedule a meeting, assuming it with one time zone, and all of a sudden I get told, "Oh no, we just changed," and I'm like, "I can't
right,
math."
right.
Like,
UK changed the time back. They did their fall back a week before the United States.
yeah.
So, like, I guess if nobody ever changed the time. Well, also I learned this recently. Hawaii doesn't change their time. They keep the same time year round, I believe.
Oh,
Oh,
I didn't know that.
So yeah, if you didn't change time in the spring and in the fall, then you'd know that the time difference between countries would always be the same, regardless of when it is. So I'm kind of for that. I think that would be more practical.
it would be. I mean, I just want consistency. Although I can't decide. Okay, so if we decide to stay on what time, which one do we want? Do we want it this one right now where it gets dark at 5:30, or do you want the one where it tells us it gets dark at 8 or 9?
Right. There's that decision to make too.
I think it's based off the schools. I don't know that because children have to wake up so early and it's dark and it's hard to wake them up. I don't know. I guess it has something to do with that. I don't know.
I think the
And now,
original was
now we have
because
smart homes and smart lighting, and you can have the lights gradually fade on like artificial sunrise. You know,
True.
like in Ex Machina, like
probably right.
artificial existence that we live in. Actually, I think the original component of the daylight savings time was having to do with the fact that the agricultural societies and pre-industrial,
Yeah.
the kids had to still do their work chores with school and whatnot, and they try to accommodate to some degree.
Yeah.
And I think that was also just maximizing it. Kind of, there's reasons over and over again why it was a good idea, right? So like wartime, all that
Was a good
stuff.
idea.
I know, right? I know. I'm still sorting. I don't know what you people are doing.
Well, Randy said something interesting. See, because I had heard the same thing what you said, Sia. I heard it was related to agriculture. Randy's saying daylight savings time is based on the use of sun and time of year to heat loads.
Loads?
Due to heat loads. Oh, he's talking about
Oh,
like
heat loads. Oh, yeah.
when people turn on the air conditioning to compensate for the heat. Is that?
I get that
That's
too,
what
but
it
I
is
think
for
it
heat
was,
loads.
but I think it's like a combination of a lot of different, like it's like I said, like they kind of compacted excuse after excuse. I think it's like that's kind of the vibe I get,
Excuse compacting.
right?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness gracious! I've got random pieces here. This is going to be a good time for me.
Randy, what
Oh,
football game are you watching? Who's playing? And who are you rooting for?
Oh, geez, my fantasy football should be going on right now, huh? I'm gonna get
Uh,
my butt kicked. I'm playing against this guy named Mark Reed. I don't know if you know him. He's got a podcast called Zen Sandwich, and
oh,
yeah,
yeah.
shout out to you, my friend.
Sandwich.
are you Dallas Cowboys fan?
I am not. I'm a Niners. I'm from the
Oh,
California
San
region.
Francisco 49ers, huh?
I am a Niners fan, largely because
Cool.
my boyfriend is a Niners. I kind of do the whatever my boyfriend roots for. It's just easier that way for me.
Sure.
oh, that
Well,
makes sense.
you know, I was in San Francisco for a while, so I dig the Niners.
Yeah, that's right. Well, I never.
Yeah.
You're my Dora the Explorer, Andy. Andrew, I don't know if I ever told you that. I'm like,
Yeah, you did
I'm like,
once.
where in the world is Andrew today? Because I remember how many times you and I've chatted, but we've never talked in humanoid. And I'm like, where in the world are you?
Well, what's funny is I actually drove really close to Dallas in end of September. And if I had known you were there, I probably could have stopped by to visit, but I just I didn't. I guess I didn't realize you were in Dallas. So
Yeah, peeps, hit me up.
next
Oh
time.
man, this third package you guys did not tell me. There's a lot.
Yeah,
of small
there are 3 bags. I don't know. I only opened the big bag.
Hey, Gabriela or Syya, I'm curious. Do either of you have the LinkedIn live stream open on the side, like muted? Because
Yeah, I can see it.
somebody. Oh, hey, Megan.
Hey,
Somebody
Megan.
just commented, check to see if this will work, but it's paired, so I know it's not someone commenting on my stream. It's either commenting on Sya's page or Gabriela's page.
Okay, so
Sometimes the person's name will show up on LinkedIn, but not within Restream Studio.
Oh yeah, well that's because that's a privacy setting on LinkedIn, guys. Whoever that is, it's not on my stream. But
Must
then
be
again,
someone
I don't know
else.
if anyone's commenting
probably
on my-
mine if it's none of you. Where do I have to go? Like 1 second.
So Megan is working on a poster for her son that's due tomorrow. That's cool. What kind of poster are you making, Megan? Is it about manufacturing or robots or food? Snacks? Oh, Dan, thank you. Yes, as I mentioned earlier, and none of us are therapists, but we find it's a little bit therapeutic sometimes to put together a small, simple Lego set. So that's how I chose the name for the show.
I think it's such a great premise, and I think it's genius. And I'm in trouble already.
There's no
Okay,
trouble
no.
to be had, Syya.
No, I'm literally on step 1. I'm like, I can't find this piece. It's like the biggest piece.
6x2 gray. You need a 6x2 gray plate, right? One of these.
So it looked darker gray to me, so I was looking for a darker gray, not the light gray. But I got it. I found it.
Okay. I'll give you one tip about the instructions. Is any pieces you see where the edges are white outlines, that's a black piece.
Oh, good to know.
So
Thank you.
There's the 2 shades of gray, and then there's also black. But both of the gray pieces will have black edges, black outlines. Only the black pieces have white outlines.
Okay.
Have black outlines and what in there?
Oh my gosh, the very first piece I put together is wrong.
No.
Oh my gosh, I am. This is
Mike
fun.
thinks the problem is that you're not eating right now.
I forgot to eat lunch. Oh well, we'll just figure it out.
Yeah, you are not you when you don't eat. Is that the Snickers commercial?
Yeah. Don't be hungry.
I do have
Yeah.
trick or treat, so I think that'll sustain me a little bit.
Oh, nice. You got some leftover Halloween candy?
Oh my gosh, dude! Like we had everyone goes to the neighbors across the street because they have all their front doors are right next to each other. On my side, it's like you have to go through all the driveways. So I think, as my boyfriend has a theory, is the children are efficient. So if you can walk 50 feet to go from door to door versus 100 to go around to everyone's yard and driveway. So he's basically calling my neighborhood children lazy.
Yeah, I think there should be some walking involved. If you want to get the candy, you gotta burn some calories along the way.
Right.
At least that's how it was when I grew up. When I used to go trick or treating. Oh, Dr. New Trong is.
Oh, hey sis.
Hey sis.
They're
Happy Sunday, Dr. Trong. Am I pronouncing her last name right? Do you know?
Yeah. Dr. Trong. Yeah.
Cool.
Love you this morning, girl. There was a audio room with my girlfriend Nicole and Guy Galindo, and she's like one of those folks that are really good about being all in their feels. I am not of that genre.
Wait, what do you mean all in your feels? Like telling other people about your emotions on the show?
Yeah, just being free to share certain, there's strength and vulnerability. If I may quote the Walking Tall movie and giving Chris Malazewski a shout out. I'm just not the most emotional person when it comes to that type of stuff. And but Nicole does a really good job of like giving people the opportunity to like be human on LinkedIn.
Cool.
So it's pretty cool.
By the way, excuse me to interrupt.
No, go
Is
ahead.
that you have to open the second bag, for the continuing. It's just only with the big bag because I can't find. So
Oh, I opened
the
all
time.
the bags because
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
And that little piece you just held up, you probably have an extra. The instructions say, oh, actually, you probably have a few extra. But yeah, usually pieces like that, they give you extras on the small pieces.
Okay. You are in step 17. Come on, Andrew.
You're on step 17 already? Oh my
Yeah, look
god.
at him.
Yeah, but you know what? I might stop building at some point because I might, somebody might come along with some really interesting or confusing comments, and then I'll be totally absorbed in that, and it'll all even out at the end.
Oh my gosh, Randy House. What's up, Doc? I don't have it. Oh, I do have carrot downstairs. I probably could just run and eat a carrot to be.
Grab a carrot.
Yes. Hey, Dan, it's funny that you mentioned about storyteller. I have another show that I do Tuesday mornings called Not on This Business Bites. And my partner, Ben Baker, and we are going to be talking about how do you tell your story? And we talk about the nuances of being a storyteller versus, regurgitating linear timelines on LinkedIn, for example. So I like the cut of your jib, sir.
Hey, Syya, talking about being, spontaneous, trying to come out with something different out of my comfort zone. Just because a lot of people say like you should do videos or more videos, and I, kind of hard because I have my kids and then everything. So I said, you know what? How do I do videos and go to work and have my kids? So I live pretty much close to one of the jobs the schools that I work with, and I have to drop off my daughter in the daycare. So I said, I bought a trailer to push my baby of 11 months old, and there is a long line, and I can put the live streaming, the cell phone to record. So just kind of talk for a minute, but it's a long, you can ride your bike and it's fine. So I started to do those videos called "The Power of Innovation"
Ooh, I
right
love
there
that.
in Instagram, and then it's like I made a bunch of mistakes because it's hard, maybe see that you are probably more into doing videos, and that is basically your strong. But people would think, no, it's yours. No, it's not. I'm terrified, and I'm here like, oh my god. But
But you're literally here, and you are so
yes,
natural. You're so natural. That's the whole point of it. I think the whole idea of being on video, and Andrew, you can attest to this. It's repetition. It becomes habit where you're just like, oh, and truthfully, there's no such thing as perfection. I tell all my clients there's beauty in imperfection, and embrace it because you'll never be perfect. If you're trying to, be perfect, it's probably going to be a very difficult existence in life in general because you'll never achieve it, right?
yes, sure.
So I just say enjoy the ride, have some fun. Oh, shizas. Oh no. Ooh. I thought I skipped a step. I didn't. Hey, Andrew, do you allow swearing on this thing? Because I just might be.
No, I'd rather we don't, but if it happens, I can always edit things later. So
I won't get you banned. I promise.
for me, I'm not even worried about getting banned on LinkedIn because like if I'm not the one swearing, I'm probably okay there. But if I eventually upload these recordings to YouTube or something, I'd kind of like them to be kid friendly. But again, do you, and I'll deal with it in the future if necessary.
I was gonna say to atone for me, if I'm the one that's the potty mouth, because I do have a potty mouth allegedly, I will be glad to edit myself out on your behalf, so you don't have to worry.
No, not at all. So what'd be funny is like I don't have much experience with sound editing or video editing for that matter. I have already done quite a bit of caption editing though, like creating captions or editing captions, generated captions. So like if you said the F or like whatever word, if you said a bad word, I could edit the captions to be like a PG word that sounds similar.
Oh yeah.
Even if it doesn't make sense, right? And then, oh, hey, yo, Javi showed up. Ooh, Javi, I got to talk to you, man. Oh, by the way, Sia, are you streaming to YouTube right now?
I am. Oh, do you want me to stop?
No, I'm happy that you are. Javi recently told me that he wants to put more of his video focus on YouTube as opposed to LinkedIn.
Mm.
And he was my guest on this show earlier this year. We started, Lisa's here. Javi and I started building a white Lamborghini, and we didn't finish it. And I'm trying to convince Javi to do another episode with me so we can finish building the white Lamborghini. Um, so I might talk to you later, Sia, about YouTube and
For
see if
sure.
I can convince. Like, I guess I proposed an option of maybe we do an episode that doesn't stream to LinkedIn. Maybe it only streams to YouTube.
Mm.
Try to
What?
drive more traffic to Javi's YouTube channel.
Yeah, Javi, hit me up, man. I'm happy to promote. I'm a big advocate of being a cheerleader for everybody. Gabriela, I was just thinking for you specifically. I've got a show that I produce. There's a gal. Her name is Raquel Flores.
Mhm.
Raquel. I have to call her that way.
Raquel.
I can't call her Raquel. Like,
Rocky, not Rocky.
it's so funny because my boyfriend's like, "Why do you always have to make that face though? Like, can't you just say Raquel?" And I'm like, Raquel. No, I can't have to like
It comes better. Give more power. Raquel.
Raquel. Raquel is struggling. She went to the A&M game yesterday, so she's MIA. She's usually very supportive, but I think she's passed out.
No problem.
But yeah, no, she has a show on Saturday live streams, and I'd love to have you on. She's a huge advocate for cool people, but also the Latino Hispanic community. Like she's a huge advocate. So, however we can best
Oh wow,
promote you, for sure.
I will love to be there. I want to mention this. Somebody made a comment. His name is Dan. I'm gonna read it. Gabriela, give us a glimpse of Aden Ocean on the shelf behind her. Are you talking about this?
Oh, yeah, show us your
Is it,
EcoRobotik, your wooden
but I
trophy.
had a couple things here. So this is our logo, but then the trophies, because of the challenge, we give trophies. So this is the trophy we give to the students. So in which is metal, we would try to kind of, I love trophies. I like all kind of trophies. Anybody we get any trophy will be very happy. But I was thinking, it's like, how about we do something that doesn't damage someone's environment? It's like no cutting wood. This wood had to be. So it's being a whole debated. So this was what came out. So
I
this is the
love
first
that.
thing I'm gonna showing. This is the logo. It's actually what he was saying, like it was CNC. It's actually was crafted with these old tools, and why not? Because it was made in Venezuela and they was shipped here to the United States. So trying to find a way that if they toss it, because after so many kids have trophies, what happens when they go with all those trophies? They end up tossing it. So that will so that was the idea of this. And
I
then I
love
don't know what
it.
else you were saying. Maybe this car. I don't know why you were looking at it. This one over here. This is a toy car. In which is, this is something that people
Is
ask
it
me a lot. It's like
self-driving? Did you train it to be a self-driving car?
this one. I believe. This is. Let's see if this one's.
Oh my gosh.
I took the battery out.
I did it backwards.
There's
Okay.
different. These are 4 modes. The first one is the distance, the obstacle avoidance. So this one over here is the ultrasonic sensor, pretty cheap. So this is self-driving for if it's use this mode. So basically like the Rumba, the vacuum cleaner.
Mhm.
So we put it like 10 centimeters. When it reaches 10 centimeters, we kind of look for it. I will show in a minute. I have to put the batteries on it. And then, so this is the first one. And the ones on the bottom are the line trackers. So if you use the line tracker, so you have a line, white and black. So you follow the line, and then you have the remote control. So this is for kids. This is actually a specific one for the kids. And then we talk about the soccer robots or what other purposes could be a robot. People say like, but that's no eco-friendly. Well, we want to use
Soccer is
eco-friendly
eco-friendly.
purpose. So as long as you're reusing it, but with the purpose, what is the purpose? So thinking about for next year, and then we were talking about robots that can sort garbage, because it's a lot of that is garbage is a problem worldwide. And then
Right.
so we have robots that actually obviously no every single piece is eco-friendly. I wish it is. Um, can actually help the problem that we have, with the garbage. Especially like, if any comments that we have here. And I don't know if that answered your question then, and what I have in the shelf, figure out, yeah, I'm sure, sorry, full time, really. I think that's a good party is therapy. So, and then I have
I just
some
like
remote control.
I just like Dan saying that chicks are smarter than men.
I saw that. Too.
You are outnumbered.
I am outnumbered, but hopefully you'll both be nice to me.
Hey man, I'm having so much fun building this out. So yes,
Very
I will
cool.
be nice.
Also, I wanted to mention that it's funny because shortly after we were talking about YouTube, I saw two different people comment from YouTube.
Yeah.
Um, and Gabriela, did you ever connect to your YouTube channel or
No,
not?
I did not. I kind of came here and
That's
then trying
fine.
to
So
look
that
for the
means they were
earphone.
both from Sia's YouTube channel.
Yeah,
Yeah, you know
I
what's
right now
funny?
have it in Facebook.
You know what? I will stream it to all those platforms. I don't cultivate it. I'm pretty much a LinkedIner just because, like I said, my clients are all business to business. But
Right.
so it's kind of embarrassing I don't do anything, but I do recommend if you're creating content on LinkedIn, everyone, you should have a YouTube channel. Even if it's just sitting out there until you're ready to really do the promotion, at least you're building up a library of content. Because YouTube is still the number one platform for videos worldwide. So why wouldn't you just stream it there? Now I get it, Andrew, because people like me you got to watch out for. Fully understand that, but
What? Oh, you mean as far as like saying bad words or what?
yeah, or just
No.
you never know what's gonna happen or whatever. But
No, I mean I agree with you though. I do actually want to create a YouTube channel for this show, and I believe there would be some people interested in watching that just are not active on LinkedIn. Maybe don't even have a LinkedIn profile.
right, I
So,
gotta tell you, LinkedIn's been messing around with LinkedIn Lives.
in
So
what sense?
so if you are commenting on your mobile devices, you will
Mhm.
not be able to see it on our stream. So we see a lot of streams right here coming up. If
Yeah.
someone's like texting us over mobile, um, you will see it in the comments in after the show, but you won't see it here
Oh,
on Restream.
I've
So
noticed that even when I tried to watch somebody else's show and I was commenting and nobody acknowledged my comment, even though like the people watching are my friends, and I'm like, there must be something weird, like it's not showing up on their end.
So I'm on 17. Is it basically telling me to start all over again? Like just repeat 1 through 16 to build this side?
What do you mean, like for the leg?
Or no, or maybe that's what it's telling me to. Never mind. I'm just going to follow directions. I'm not going to question it.
Yeah, like on step 17 where it says 2x, that means you got to build 2 legs. So
Oh, we're doing. Okay. Oh, gotcha.
like
Okay.
starting with step 17, you're building 2 of the same thing. So I just built
Okay.
them at the same time. You
Gotcha.
don't need
Gotcha.
to. You could build it once and then go back to page step 17 and do it over again. But
I get it. I catch you with your pitching.
noise.
It's funny that people say like you're multitasking because you do robotics. Well, not really, because I can't talk and build at the same time. I'm sorry. I was like, wait a minute, you're step 17. You can talk very quickly.
No, girl, I've been like taking it apart, going like, oh, I put it on backwards. Like, yeah. But let me ask you about robotics because I feel like when we were kids, you guys, we didn't really have robotic programs or anything like that. The availability now, I think, is a little bit more. But Gabriela, like for you, is the
Well,
accessibility to this robotics technology equipment is it still a challenge today?
Well, let me tell you, the reason I started, when I grew up, there's no even dreaming about it, it's impossible. I am a teacher here in the Phoenix area for, I think, 12 years now. And then I started as a teacher robotics coach in one platform. And I love it. Like, I love it. They kudos to them. They do amazing job. They keep doing amazing. However, some of the things that I have hard time was it's like, and again, kudos to them. We won different competitions, we went national multiple times. However, my problem was one, doesn't talk about the environment, and two, it was to build a robot, it would be just 2,500 average for a
Dollars
good
or
robotics.
dollars? Did you say dollars?
$2,000 US dollars.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
a
Wow.
lot of money.
And that, yes, and there's some that they're amazing, they're large. Some are like, and that is not included registration or trips or anything, that's just the robot. And then so I thought that was just for Latin American, that would be never, that will never happen. So just only few schools, maybe universities, some universities, and I felt like that is very impossible. So I said, I was complaining a lot. And then my brother said, well, why you don't start some sort of thing or, idea or behind that? So because I didn't have a mindset of entrepreneurship at the time, I said,
Mm.
I will do a master's degree. I have nothing against master's degree. I finished it, but
Yeah.
I didn't know any better. So I'm going to do a master's degree in, management. It did help. So the result was EcoRobotik. That was my, the project. And
Mhm.
so I said, then after I took a class, like a 4-month class in entrepreneurship. I felt like it was so much better. And they gave me money for it. I was like, oh, I wish
Oh,
instead of spending $23,000 on a master's degree, going to a 4 months entrepreneurship class was much better.
better return on your
Actually,
investment, eh?
yeah, and I felt
Yeah.
like, and they give you money for it. So that is an organization called Local First of Arizona that help entrepreneurship. So I started like, oh, okay, I understand logo, like I started getting the idea, and I need to get myself out there because I was just a teacher in the school. And then so I started like going to events. It's like, hey, and I started explaining like, oh, okay, doesn't have to be $2,000, a good competitor. Robotics can start very small. If you understand the concept of robotics, it start very small. And Amazon sells this one. It's about, 60, $70. And I was thinking like, well, how about we start like a little competition, and I registered the organization 2020 and 2020 hit. Wow. And then
Yep.
and then we did the competition. For Zoom. And then so it turned out actually good because I was saying like, okay, it was the Franken truck our first year. So we,
Mm.
the idea of the, you create, this with recycled materials, this truck, why not? But it wasn't a robot. It was a more like RC type thing. Just because 2020, it was hard at that time. That help you realize maybe yeah, you're right, Dan, that about the
Whoa.
logo Legos. Hold on, the meaning of the
Dan wrote down, hey, a bit of advice. Novellas are great, but in chat, it's a lot of reading,
Yeah.
my friend. Okay.
Right. But
and then
maybe he could turn it into a LinkedIn post later.
Yeah, this is definitely a LinkedIn worthy post, my friend. Should even read it and make it like a video post. Oh, look
so
at you.
well,
Oh.
Also, Mike's laptop died, but he's back and he wants to see how your set is coming along. See it.
I've got this part done, and
no,
I'm
you're
still
much better.
midpoint. I'm on step 22. I'm on step
You guys can
22.
talk and do it at the same time. I should start talking. Stop talking. I don't know.
I know I'm like getting nervous here. Now it's okay, now it's great. Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, so the idea of it started that way. So that
That's
that
awesome.
and then so it
I
kept
like
going.
that.
It kept going, and then so one thing turned to the next. So last week I told Andrew I had the opportunity. This is the second time was invited to Nogales or Mexico
Mhm.
for to do teachers workshop, students workshop for robotics. Yeah, we did 4 different workshops, and that with the Department of Education. So it's taking us to that to the next step, and then from that, people from I believe where is it, Ecuador, people from the Department of Education in Ecuador send us a message, so that it's open new doors, and then yes, if one thing is taking us to the next. That's one day at a time, I guess. Yeah.
No, I love it. Well, I think it's such a I do think the pandemic didn't do favors for us in a lot of different ways, but I do think because we had to, shelter from home, it made us think about alternative ways to be able to collaborate, to do different activities, right? Oh, I can't go play soccer anymore. Well, what else can I stimulate my mind to? Okay, show off. Gabriella, where are
Yes.
you? Because like show off
No,
is already showing
come
off here.
on, Andrew. For real, he already no. Let's be
I'm
true.
not showing up. I'm
Yeah,
relaxed
no,
over
he
here.
did it before, like 3 times, And then he's gonna be like, oh, he have 2 Lego kits, he have it done. So it probably, oh, so there's a glitch
Oh
here.
yeah, there was one on the side and I just swapped it, right?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, like those cooking shows of like, and we're gonna bake a pie today, and you're like, do
And
you all the
so-
ingredients, and all of a sudden there's like a baked pie 2 seconds later.
And I'm actually very slow. I am very, very slow. Yeah.
No, you're fine. But I was thinking about this, you guys. I'm totally going on a tangent. What do those daytime talk shows when they make those food stuff? Do they share it with the audience? Because if you're like smelling all that food, wouldn't you be kind of hungry sitting there in the audience? Be like,
Yeah. Hopefully they made up a whole batch like in parallel, like backstage, and that way there's enough for everyone in the audience to try some.
right? You would, I mean, because those people sit for hours, right, waiting to get into the
messing with
show
that.
itself.
Have you ever seen a cooking live stream on LinkedIn?
I haven't, but how fun would that be? Like literally, if there's a chef out there, a restaurateur of like a 30-minute recipe for us busy professionals, I would tune into it. That's a genius idea, my friend.
I've heard some people talk about it, like, oh, hey, we should do this sometime. But to my knowledge, the people that I heard talking about it have never done it yet. And it's like, I almost want to do one, but it's so far from being relevant to what I'm trying to accomplish these days. So I'm going to focus on my job search for now.
Oh my
Maybe
God,
after I find a job, then I might do a cooking live stream.
I will support you, my friend. So, hey, so speaking of which, like, is there anything in particular with the job search? Look, for someone as skilled as you are, at this point, I feel like you're being picky.
Megan said she and her friend did a Cooking with Creators show.
Hey, Megan, is it Megan or Megan? I'm all for it, girl. Like,
it might be Megan. Good question. But either way, that's awesome. Please send me the link. Salmon and asparagus. Wow.
salmon and asparagus. Oh, hi.
Was it on LinkedIn or on a different platform? I'm curious about that. I know she does live streams on LinkedIn, so I wouldn't be surprised if that happened on LinkedIn.
Oh, dude, I'm in for that, girl.
I attended an event once that was, okay, I guess it is pronounced like Megan.
Megan, okay, the first one.
I attended an event once that was, it was a cooking thing, but it wasn't on LinkedIn live stream. It was on a different platform. And a lady who actually works at a bakery taught us how to make like French, like sourdough baguettes. And I don't know if they were sourdough. They were definitely baguettes. And they were awesome. Mine turned out well, just like beginner's luck. My first time ever making bread. And that was fun. But like I said, it wasn't on LinkedIn. It was some other thing.
Some other thing. I mean, dude, if you have the opportunity to stream, I'd say blast that sucker everywhere. Like I tell all my clients, I'm like, look, yeah, you may not be cultivating a scene like on Facebook, for example, but you know what? If you have the opportunity to blast there, why wouldn't you? Right. And yeah. Whether you StreamYard or Restream, it's the same. As far as I'm concerned, it's, hey, look, if grandma wants to watch me, make a Lego, I'm going on Facebook and going live for that.
Right. Is your grandma watching right now, maybe?
Oh, if my grandmother was alive, I would like to think they would.
Sorry. My mom watches sometimes through LinkedIn.
Oh, my mom will watch it, but she doesn't speak English, so she doesn't like say anything. She's 7 years old, right? So, but she will call me later on going, stop playing with your hair, and you're saying a lot of and did you bother putting any makeup on? Yeah, standard, very healthy, Asian mother conversations.
Erin Sutherland just mentioned something kind of cool about videos that like she would like to see a live stream about like how to do things, like how to change your oil, how to do some sort of repair. It made me think of, I could have done a video once about how I jumpstart my car using this portable battery pack, which I normally use just for charging my smartphone. It actually comes with a special cable that you can connect to the terminals on a car battery, and you can use this little thing to jumpstart your car.
What? Okay, I think that's a fracking genius idea. And
I didn't make
Erin
it.
Sutherland.
But it was cool.
Andrew,
Well, that's pretty cool.
okay, whoever wants to do a show like that, like, dude, I'm all on board. And it doesn't have to be elaborate because there's enough YouTube channels out there that do that. But if you do in the context, like if a business owner that owns a garage, for example, does want to like some best practices for businesses, like for their business audience to attract, like that's great marketing. If I were in like the automotive industry or if, like you, hacks, like, oh my gosh, and like you should get all the battery pack people to sponsor you because you're suggesting those types of things. Guys, there's ways to monetize this. I'm just saying. Just saying.
Yeah, I think you know Mike better than the rest of us, so maybe you can translate his last comment. I think
Oh my
he's
God,
saying that he
Mike.
wants to build a model of you out of Lego, like a statue of you built out of Lego.
Okay, so Mike, oh my gosh, I'm gonna buy a CAS. Look at her happy face. Look, I am in my happy face space. No lie about that. Yeah, Mike. I produce his Wednesday night live stream. You guys, it's a Hounds of Business community. He does.
Right.
We are part of a larger, broader community that. It's just a really fun, giving group of people. And we've actually done business together, you guys. Isn't that the oddest thing? Like you hear about all these like business communities on LinkedIn and stuff, but we actually do business with each other. It's really quite fascinating, and everyone genuinely cares about each other, almost dysfunctionally so. But whatevs, no one's judging.
No judgment. Hey, Syya,
It's
do you
like a
know
family.
who TJ is or TJ's Productions?
Hey, TJ? Is this Timothy? Is that Timothy? Timothy Hogue? So if not, yes, thank you. But I'm doing feetsies right now. I'm trying to make some feats.
I would love to have some moonshine, Randy. So if you think that Mike has some and he might not need it, maybe I could have some.
Oh my gosh.
Is it homemade?
There's a moonshine restaurant here in Dallas.
Really?
And it's moonshine is not for the weak a heart. Like that's some some
That is the
kerosene.
drink. Is that
I'll take a shot or whatever, but
Oh, that's all you don't sip it. That's all I'm saying. Like I thought you could sip it, but
No.
it's no.
it burns either way, right? So you might as well just.
If you're worried about balding, just take some moonshine because the hair will grow out everywhere.
Really?
Never heard that.
That's cool to know.
Well, the kerosene, let me tell you, I don't know what it is. Ooh.
I didn't know that was a restaurant over there.
Restaurant before?
Dang it, that's wrong.
Sorry, Andrew.
Oh, have you been to that moonshine restaurant in Dallas?
Yeah, it's called Mashed. MASH''D.
Is the food any
And
good?
it's actually pretty good. It's like Southern comfort foods.
All right.
Um,
So if I drive through Dallas again later this year or next year, then maybe we can grab a bite to eat there or something.
oh yeah, 100%. Okay,
And some moonshine.
we can do a live stream. I'll bring my little setup, and if you want to, we could do it right there if they give us permission.
Definitely. I'm down with that. Oh, what? 180 proof, 190 proof?
Dude.
Oh,
I made
that's kind of nice. Made a foot?
Woohoo! I'm making a leg.
Oh, good for you. Halfway when I realized it's like 2 times. It's like, oh dang, I didn't read that.
Yeah, no, you're good. Take your time. It's all there's no race here except for the fact that poor Andrew's like doing this right now.
I'm telling you, I wasn't watching him, so he probably just had the one like.
I'm good.
Oh man, Aaron is in Saskatchewan, Canada. Oh, is it snowing up there yet? It's got to be.
I wouldn't be surprised. Oh, yeah, Aaron, you wanted the QR code for Gabriela's website, the EcoRobotik website? I think that's what she meant.
Oh yeah, put that up. Oh, Randy House. Oh my gosh. Randy, of course Randy would have moonshine at home. Yeah, I'm telling you, everyone agrees. Like it's powerful liquid. Oh, it's corn liquor? Is that what it is? Oh, it does not taste bleh. I mean, they do like
where does the
watermelon.
moonshine come from? Where does moonshine come from?
Fermented something. That's what I call it.
I mean, isn't the thing that actually makes it moonshine the fact that it isn't? It's in a slightly less controlled environment in terms of like the fermentation process. Like you could make it outdoors, whereas like you make it in the woods. That's my understanding. Maybe I'm oversimplifying it. Nice.
I'm getting there, kiddos.
Oh, look at
And
that.
Maybe
Yeah, so
Andy or Mike can enlighten me, but that's in my mind. That's the difference between moonshine and other. Okay, fermented corn.
and then
Okay.
Dan, the here, it's called Not a Real Enemy, and this is actually a client. So for those that are curious, these are all my friends, and I call my friends and family. So anyone that writes a book, if you're a published author, I rotate it around and I highlight your books and whatnot. So this is a client. He does a retelling of his parents and grandparents experience during World War II. And this is the Hungarian Jewish experience. So they were in a camp.
Are you saying Dan wrote that book?
My friend, his name is Robert Wolf, Dr. Robert Wolf. He's out of Florida. Amazing story, you guys. This is seriously not a real enemy. It is the Jewish Hungarian experience. It's absolutely insane. He served in Hungary. You either had to join the Nazi army or you go to camp, more or less. And so it tells the story of how he got forced. And then the fact that he had to hide his Jewishness is just insane, you guys.
Wow.
So highly, highly recommend. And obviously his family, had their struggles, but he's here. So clearly there was a happier ending that he exists, right? So love you. So Dr. Robert Wolf, get it, Not a Real Enemy. And Stephen Ang, this is the book I was telling you about. If we can get it in the library system, I think it would be really helpful. It's just really powerful story.
Is it not at any libraries yet?
No. So there's and Stephen Ang can write it. There's a whole industry and process within the book publishing industry to get into libraries.
It is. You have to get approved. You have to get approved if had to be read or approved by the.
Weird.
So, anyone else want a book I can I sell for you? I sell for you. So.
Well, I don't, I don't, but I love this guy, Simon Sinek. He the Golden Circle, I don't know if you read it. Start with the why.
Oh yes.
Start with why. Yeah, it's super amazing. I really like it. I actually talk about like what happens if we implement that in education and don't make stress our kids so much. And it's important, obviously, the engineering process, the scientific method, but he actually, with his message, the power of why, and just with those three questions, why you do what you do, how you do it, and then what you do. And he gives those powerful examples of, first he start with Martin Luther King, his speech, but he said, like, before he get in there, his message was he probably didn't know how to do it, how to actually solve the racial problem, but he actually had very clear the message of why he was sending that message. So he went out there in Washington, and there was no cell phones, there was no internet at the time, and people would show up that day at the time that he was said. So it's because that why resonate to other people. Why? Same thing, the company Apple and the Wright brothers. So he talked about the story of the Wright brothers. I don't know, you're familiar with the Golden Circle, the TED Talk. So he said at the time that the Wright brothers had the love of flight and trying to test with different ideas. There was the other person who had a PhD in physics at the same time. The Langley, I can't pronounce his last name, but he was the person at the time that were supposed to invent how airplanes, how something would fly. The media at the time, they were like following around. He was like the person. The line, yes, there was everybody was following him, and then the Wright brothers were not famous. However, when the first flight, those, I believe was 11 seconds or something. So then everybody find out about the Wright brothers when actually they succeed. But then this other person quit because apparently he was up
Okay,
for the
Langley
fame.
quit?
Yes, he quit because one second.
Oh,
I have my daughter leaving.
no problem.
Yeah, 1 second. Sorry.
No
No,
problem.
no
No problem.
worries. I see. I think Dan, you're asking. Wait, what was that book? It's called. Which one did you want to ask me about?
I think he
The
was
not
talking
a,
about Not Your Enemy.
not a real enemy by
Oh, yeah.
Robert Wolfe.
It's
Hi,
called-
beautiful.
Hola.
Hola.
Oh, she's
Oh,
yes.
hello. Hello.
Hola,
Hola.
¿cómo estás?
Hi.
Hi.
So she's leaving. She's leaving. Drop her here.
Ya
I
se
have
va?
I have three kids. She's a twin.
Yeah,
Ooh.
twin daughters, right?
The twin daughter. They are 18, and then there is 11 months old. So not judging right there.
No,
There's a
hey,
guy.
I call that. I call that you're living life, darling.
Yeah.
My sister had a kid. Actually, they turned out to be twins when her oldest daughter was 19. So
Wow.
I was like, you guys could be pregnant together. And then that's when my niece looked at me. She's like, oh, heck no.
Possible, but you know.
Yeah, no. We don't want that.
No.
Take your time, kids. There's no rush.
So, Gabriela, were you saying that, like, because Langley's motivation was just about being famous, that's why?
Yes, to be honest, he quit. Yes, when you don't have your why and your belief, where you're going for, because there's always there's always people doing what you're doing,
Yeah.
something similar.
You just might not know
However,
about it until
yeah,
they
that's
become famous.
yeah. So like, how many people do robotics? How many people do live streaming? How many people do probably Lego something activity? How many people do what you do? See, however, we do what we do because we love what we do.
Yeah.
Not because
Yeah.
somebody else could be better in some moments than us, and then maybe we admire them. I actually do admire the people that are better than I am. Actually, I
Yeah.
follow them. We're
That's
talking
good.
about.
That's
Then
healthy outlook.
yeah, so I think, so he's the Simon Sinek is like, you really have clear, and you show if we as teacher and parents teach our children to understand their why for life, their
Mhm.
why to do what they do, the why for the classes, then with the how and the what we do comes afterwards. But when we teachers, I say we because I am a teacher, we're trying to teach, this is how we build a robot, and then it's like, okay, but why, and they're
Right.
lost. And many kids, Joel, and you, when think about when you were a student, when I'm gonna use this, you
Right.
ever have, when actually I'm gonna apply that, why I had to learn this. And then so when we actually dedicate time into for the students or a child understand the why we're going to do the lesson, then we don't have so much into why we have to do this, and then
Yeah,
we
yeah.
don't have to
Start
trying
with
to
the
teach
why,
something.
right? You start by explaining them like why it could be useful, or maybe why those skills could be transferable to other activities later in life.
And then, or maybe something near, and then so then they feel like, okay, so I'm taking ownership into my education. And then that I actually, like, that's what I did last Friday, and trying to convert it in Spanish into the teachers workshop, the Simon Sinek. So I really like, his book. Is he talk about Ford, he talk about different companies, Nike, so Nike does the same thing. He talk about Apple.
These are companies that he covers in the book. Start with
It
why.
covers then the powers of why. And then so that's very interesting. I said, read it, you can, but I'm gonna read that one, I think. Yeah.
I'm glad that you mentioned that, because I do believe that, I say that to my clients all the time when they ask me, like, well, who am I to put any kind of content out there? Like, there's always going to be one more expert that knows more than me, kind of thing. And I always challenge everyone to say, look, find your why, right? And I know it sounds very cliched, especially since Simon Sinek has popularized it. But the truth of the matter is why you do anything in life, right? It's that inner fire, that fuel. And I challenge people to say, why do you do anything? Ask yourself, why am I doing this? And then answer it. And then keep saying why, like the lovely 5-year-olds that we all know that keep asking why,
Deeper, right?
to keep you digging deeper. And then I usually say, hey, man, if you get to the point where you're crying, you found your why, because now at that point you've made a motivation connect with an emotion that you feel deeply for. Because when you're in bed, you've got the kids crying, everyone's sick, the dog pooped somewhere or whatever. How do you get up to do whatever it is that you have to do in life? How do you maintain that discipline, that fire in the belly? It's because you know why you're doing it fundamentally, not, oh, I want to get, those vanity metrics. I want to get 1,000 followers or whatever. You know what I mean? So I love that you've mentioned that, Gabriela, because it's so true. And I
Yeah,
think
it
I might
is.
have screwed up here. Shizers.
Honestly, and I feel like when I start following this Simon Sinek, I like, oh my gosh, sometimes we just get caught up into so many, standards and educations are good or scientific method is great, but they're at the end of the day, they are children, and they're
Yes.
growing up and trying to find, and then like somebody liked me or didn't like me. There's a number of things that are going on you as a as a teenager. And then so sometimes like maybe all these steps of the scientific, so we understand the why of this research, the why of this, of why you're learning what you're doing. Then it's like, everything is falls more natural, more relaxed, less stress. It's like, take the time. We don't have to cover the 50 concepts that semester. Maybe we found 20 that really will stick with the students and will able to apply it later on. And I feel I'm advocate to that. So
I love that. You're very okay. I got to introduce you to Raquel for sure, girl. Like, you guys could definitely
no,
have a lot of conversation, go deeper into it because it makes sense. Ooh.
Is
Wait,
that an
which
arm?
direction?
You got an arm there, Sia?
I think so, but I have to make sure I'm in the right direction of the. Whoa, watcha, boop.
so Andrew, I keep saying like something, you did something.
What?
You did it too quickly.
No, sorry. That's just that's my normal speed, I guess. Hey, you're getting there though. You're getting there.
Well, it's not your first rodeo, right? Like, I haven't touched a Lego in years. Like,
Right. Yeah.
How many Lego therapies you already have done since you started this?
I've done this show pretty much since the beginning of May, and for a while I was doing one episode per week, but I did I skipped a few weeks in like September and October, but now I'm trying to get back to the rhythm of one episode per week. So, I think there's been more than 10 episodes so far, probably. There's actually, if you go to my LinkedIn profile, in the featured section, I actually have an index to all of the episodes. So like from that one post in my featured section, you can link in, and it just shows them in chronological order, like the date, who was my guest, and what set did we build. And then you can just click the link and it'll jump you to the replay. So if I was looking at that right now, I could give you a more specific answer, but since I'm not looking at that, I'll just say more than 10.
Okay, but thank you, by the way, Mike. Thank you, by the way, for the, yeah, thank you.
so I just realized what happened here, and you did not warn me, young man.
What, you need a second foot, or
No.
did you build two right fists instead
Yeah.
of one right fist and one left fist?
Yeah. Take it all apart, do it all over again. No,
Here
actually,
it is. I mean,
That's probably the reason.
He would just have his thumb facing the wrong way. It wouldn't be that bad.
son of a sea cook. I guess I'll just reverse it. Stop. I'll just rip it out and start over again.
What the heck?
Yes, I do have the torso done. Mike, go back to your children. But look at that. I cannot wait to display this, by the way. I'm going to put it right back there, by the way.
Cool.
Maybe I'm going to do it over on this side. I don't know. We'll see.
I made a mistake.
Mike, that's so funny. So, I'm like, no, I have to start over. I'm like having to start this over. Hold on. I'm all distracted now. Thanks. That's funny though. So Megan had comment that she has a 6 and a 9-year-old and a 20-year-old. Oh, 3, 6, and 20.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm missing.
Andrew, do you have
okay.
children?
I do not. No. Never been married, never had kids. But I hope to someday. We'll see what happens. I like kids. And I have lots of Legos that my future potential kids can play with.
I was just gonna say, like, dude, you'd be like
Yeah.
the bestie ever.
Well,
No,
thank you,
talking
Mike.
about.
Glad you're enjoying it. Feel free to tune in. Oh, by the way, next week I will be doing this show again 1 hour earlier because the normal start time is 10 a.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. UK time. Yeah, so a week from today, I'm doing an episode with Sonal and Courtney, and we are going to finish building a black Dodge Charger based on the Fast and Furious movies.
Ooh, that
The one
sounds
that-
sexy.
like Dom's car, the one that Vin Diesel drove. That car.
Nice.
We built the first half of that car
Okay.
a couple months ago, and then we ended the episode at the 1 hour mark, so we basically only got halfway through the car. So luckily, they're both available to come back and join me, and we're going to finish what we started.
Okay, so speaking of started, where the hell is my piece? I'm missing a piece now. Oh my god, I just had the piece.
Mike, are you saying you're going to offer me some Legos? Because if that's true...
He's not going to say no. I am missing a Lego piece. Son of a sea cook.
What piece are you missing, Syya? Tell me.
No, I had it in my hand. It's the
Is it fell on the
it's
floor?
oh shit. The thumb
Shoot.
hingy. Oh my god, where is
Is it the black piece that has the little thing sticking out?
Yeah, I had it in my hand. Okay, I'm just gonna slow down for a second and just review what I'm looking at. Did I use it by accident? No. Did it? Ah, don't tell me. No. Oh my gosh, I literally had it because I. Oh, I got it right here. Woo!
Found it? Okay, cool.
It was attached. It was attached to the other side. The thing.
Just so you know, when I finished, I only had these 3 pieces left, which are pretty hard to see. I had one each of the round clear piece and the wedge-shaped clear piece, and then the quarter circle yellow piece. Those are the extra pieces I have. Are you done, Gabriela?
No, I am in 55.
Oh, I'm behind. I'm gonna catch up. I'm gonna catch up.
Okay, Lisa's back. My friend Lisa's here, so I just want to really quickly mention, although I'm not sure what she means by Barb, but anyway, my friend Lisa has a project that she submitted to the Lego Ideas website, and
Wow.
I don't know, for any of you who don't know what that is, it's a community-focused effort from the Lego group where fans of Lego can submit their own ideas for things that could be built as a set. And then if they get enough votes, enough support from the ideas community, then the Lego group will officially consider it and look into the idea of producing it and selling it as an official Lego set.
Wow,
So-
that's super cool.
Oh yeah,
can
everyone
scan
scan that. I'm gonna scan that.
I'm having a hard time pointing at this. Okay.
Oh, I'm gonna scan that myself.
Here we go. Okay, here we go. If you scan this QR
Boom.
code, it'll take you to the Lego Ideas website page for Lisa's submission, and then you can support it. You do have to sign in first because they want to make sure people don't vote twice. But once you sign in, you can vote for Lisa's idea. And I know she's got a lot more than 1,000 supporters right now, but I think the next threshold she needs to hit to stay in the running is 5,000. When she gets to 5,000, they'll give her a few more weeks or months to get additional votes. So please check it out. It's a really cool thing she designed based on a famous painting called Movement in Squares. And I love it. Just black and white tiles of, it's almost like an optical illusion type thing. So anyway, that's there.
I am creating an account as we speak.
Oh, that's cool. Very kind of you.
Although that is hilarious because apparently well, I won't say my year, but let's just say I hit the 0 and the 9, and it
Uh-huh.
came out 10 something. I'm like, no, I was not born in the Norman Conquest.
I am signing in so I can vote for her.
We got your back, Jack. Lisa, we're gonna make this happen, girl. Just remember us little peoples.
Hey, Mike
we-
did too. Thank you, Mike.
When we end up building your design.
Dude, that would be awesome. I would love to be able to buy her set from the Lego store someday. You know, it might still take more than a year. I don't know how long it takes. Like once, well, especially in this case because Lisa's design is based on another lady's painting, which probably has a copyright. So then they got to get permission from the original artist. But if all goes well, I feel like it could happen. So I hope it does.
I'm sending all the positive juju your way, and I really hope, and I do hope the artist. Usually, artists are pretty cool about it, but I do know obviously copyright and all that stuff. We gotta give some love for that. But
and if the artist is no longer alive, which may or may not be the case, then maybe it's a question of like who owns the rights to the estate? Is it like the children or surviving spouse or whatever? Who knows? But one thing at a time. First, she needs to get to that 5,000 mark. Oh, so Mike.
So here.
For.
So when you get to here, you already voted after you create the account?
You know what? I can't see that large enough to tell you, but I can tell you later.
Okay.
I don't know. It doesn't.
Thank you for your support. I'm assuming I did. I'm going to share.
Oh, yeah, probably. Oh, Lisa said the artist, Bridget Riley, is still alive. Okay, cool.
Cool.
Well, that should simplify it. If the Lego group reaches out to her directly and says, hey, can we make a set based on your painting? I imagine she'd say yes.
Oh, I picked the wrong
cut too, right? Because Lego made there's a Lego set based on a Vincent van Gogh painting, but I mean, that painting was created so long ago, I don't think there's any copyright. I think it's pretty much public domain at this point.
I was going to say at what point, yeah. I mean, God, it's as an artist, it's great to say, yay, I made it. But like at the same time, it's like, oh, I'm now part of the public domain. That kind of sucks.
Yeah. But Van Gogh's not around anymore, so he's not going to get upset, right?
Well, I suppose not. I mean.
Gabriela, Mike says that the page you showed does mean you voted.
Okay, perfect. Thank you, Mike. And then I hope, she's going to get it,
Awesome. Thank you, Mike.
Oh my gosh. I just give me the terms of service, people. Oh my gosh. Okay, fine. Accept cookies. Where am I now? Oh my God. I am a supporter. Okay. Thank you for your support. I think I got you, girl. Right? Is that what he said? This thing? That's voted?
I believe so, yeah.
Okay. Yee-hoo! I'm support number 1223.
Nice. Getting up there. Little by little.
More than you know, Sunshine. Thanks for that.
Hey, by the way, Syya, I was going to, I don't know if you asked me a question and I went off the tangent talking about EcoRobotik, but for robotic, going back to the robotics question, are they accessible? There's a lot of opportunities out there, especially in the United States. You can go to libraries, the school. However, schools still have hard time getting into, Lego robotics competitions. If it's a new school, if the teacher left, if the teacher that had the program left or retired or moved to another place, then it's hard to continue those programs. This is why I say, like, this is part of the creation of this, because if you have a teacher with a specific skill set and the time to go and do it after school, and it's not during class time. So some schools are trying to put like robotics via class, so the students don't have to spend so many hours after school, so they can do other things with their life. So they involve in sports, and why not? So it's just more than a sport. But there is a lot of schools still in the United States, even though there is around there, that still don't have the program, just because there is no teacher that are be able to say, I'm going to dedicate these hours after school. So the school actually had to say, you know what, I'm going to create a robotics class so they can do it during class time, during, the school hours.
Right.
And then there are so many students that, oh, I would love to do robotics. However, I'm involved in football
Right.
or
They can't do it
basketball.
after school. But if it's
Yeah,
a class during the day, they can do it.
they can do it. So there is, for example, Arizona and all across the United States, there is CT programs, in which is career technical education. It used to be what was called vocational schools.
Uh-huh.
Now a CTE, and then they do have robotics and engineering. I teach engineering in the mornings, and that there's actually dedicated for that. Oh, good job! And then I was talking, and then I got
No, I love
I had
that
the
because
win.
you know what? I'm excited that you do that because you're so right. If you don't get a teacher advocate, right, then the program tends to it's unique to that teacher advocate. And it would be nice, especially around robotics, because you know, I mean, these kids, we got to give them more credit, like of their capabilities, because when I see robotics, kids actually having access to it, like even at the museum, like the stuff that they do is so creative, and you just never know where that next unique, that one little thing that just changes up everything, right? And of course, with AI and all that good stuff, we're gonna see a lot of advancements. So yeah, no,
I
I'm
think
loving what you do. I cannot tell you how much, and the reason why Andrew and I are on here is because I saw the episode with Leo Chen at Engineered Arts. Engineered Arts makes Amica. So, ooh, should we
Yeah.
all pose with our
Might
things,
as
you
well,
guys?
right?
Let's all pose with
yeah,
our woo woo.
yeah. Is you taking a picture?
I have a
I
connection
will.
named Wayne. I'm not, but we can always grab one later on the replay.
I will try. Ay, what did I do?
One of my connections, LinkedIn connections named Wayne, mentioned that this robot looks a lot like an old TV show, like an old animated show from like the 80s. And he made a comment about that I think on the post, which is tied to this event page.
Which show? Which show?
I can't remember. It began with the letter G. Actually, no, it's not on the post for this event page. It's on the post of when I rebuilt these pieces into the shape of a heart. He commented on that post, like the post I made yesterday.
Okay.
But he included links to the show, like on IMDb or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Is saying Yu-Gi-Oh? Is it Yu-Gi-Oh?
I
Yu-Gi-Oh?
don't think it's Yu-Gi-Oh. It's something that began with the letter G, like
G?
GR. Yeah. It's something I hadn't heard of, like Granzinger or something like that. Grandizement.
Hmm.
I don't know.
I
Anyway,
am okay. I am like, so where should I put this that's going to stand out?
No, put it
You do realize I am gonna. This is now permanently part of my collection.
that's awesome. That'd be so cool. Now I'll have something to comment on next time I watch one of your live streams. Unless you're using the
Exactly.
green screen, and then we won't see the background. But you know,
Well,
Right.
oh, I was gonna say, and that's how you know some of my stuff is pre-recorded.
that's
Oh.
cool. though. I think it's awesome that you're experimenting with those different ways of producing.
Maybe
Oh, cool.
grabbing it.
Gabriela's
Maybe
got
grabbing
I want
it.
I want your wood trophy. I need to earn your wood trophy there. I really love that. I love that. Like the design, whoever
Which
your trophy, the
and,
wooden.
and
I
love the
love that.
fact that the wooden trophy is made in Venezuela. I think that's awesome.
yeah, this is interesting. In the 2020, we're like, oh my gosh, we're gonna go to the trophies, and it's 2020, so it's kind of hard because the competition was in December. Was in December every year. So then, one of the parents say like, "Well, I work with wood," it's like, "Huh, ding," and then say like, "Well, it worked like 5 or 6 tries because that is the head is our logo, and then the person that designed the logo made the stomach, the having a round stomach, and then so the complete individual, I guess, person, or why not, and then or robot, and then so he tried many ones. So this is actually is the way that his no carve is actually he get these letters that are, and they heat it up
Oh, they
and
burn it.
press it
Yeah.
and burn
Oh,
it
it
and
burns
press
it
it.
in. Oh.
Yeah.
Yes. So
Very
that is
cool.
how they do it. Okay, and then I handcrafted, and they did it
Dude,
like
it's
5, 6 try, and that was the first one. Were like no, and they came out perfect. I was like, oh my god, this is the ones that we give,
That's
and then we
nice.
had to ship. And we're all ready to order another big sets for next year.
Yeah.
So we don't
No,
have to be just for shipping purposes. Yes.
it looks decorative. That's the whole thing of it that I think is genius for you is that, yeah, okay, look, we love our kids and whatnot, right? But them trophies are ugly. They're cheap. They're ugly, but that looks like an art piece. And like,
Yeah.
The
no,
thinking
I like
about,
that.
yeah, it took us like thinking about, are we gonna do glass recycling with metals? So I don't know anybody that does recycling, like I the work with metal at the time, and then we were trying to kind of get this answer. Like he said, I will do it. We pay for it, but so it came out great. And we love it. We keep buying from him. Yeah, we keep kudos to him. So he's doing it, and I can't find somebody here that do the same thing. So
No,
yeah. So
well, I appreciate the time you guys all took to help us with this. And Andrew, what a great concept, seriously. And by the way, I think there's some Megan great idea of the cooking show thing. And who else was it that was Aaron Sunderland that said
Sutherland, yeah.
someone needs to do a live stream for business people of like quick fix type stuff. You guys, LinkedIn is so underutilized. I don't think people understand the ability for us to have that better reach and outreach, even though you don't talk about your business strictly, like, I make, cannonballs and this is how you make a cannonball. It's like, no, let's talk about the joys of cannonballs. I don't know. Don't even ask me. Kettleball. I don't know what words I'm looking at. But it's like, but no, someone in the automotive industry, can I just tell you, or just fix it, like how to fix a freaking hole in the wall, like, drywall's your friend. I don't know. Yeah, the handyman show. I don't know. Handy woman show.
Like robotic. I was trying to think. People ask me this question a lot, like robotics for babies, because I have a baby, and then it's like coming out. Yes, it's just going back to that question. It's like, yeah, I agree with you, and I guess I will go to the show with what is her name? Your friend
Raquel?
Raquel?
Yeah. Flores?
Yes, you're Raquel. But thank you, Andrew. It really, it's being a bless. Being a bless. I really enjoy.
Oh, yeah. Thank you both for joining me today.
Yes.
And thank you.
I lost an
Thanks
arm.
to the audience. Thanks for everyone who tuned in and commented while we were live. Lisa, Mike, Randy, Dan, and Aaron, and Megan, and a few others. If I missed you, sorry.
Dr. Trong and
Yes.
TJ, Timothy Hogue.
Steven.
Yeah. You guys, thank you so much for your time, everyone. Thank you for your Sunday afternoon. We appreciate it.
Thank you so much, everyone, Tim. And
Thanks, everybody.